Tracking down some folks today in the studio on what is a beautiful Wednesday. And man, if you're looking forward to this weekend, you got a lot to look forward to. Unlike all season long, we got good weather coming up, no rain, going to be lots of fun. Oswego Speedway started last weekend. They were affected by the rain a little bit, but they ended up waiting it out. Got done somewhere about 1:30 in the morning, and the last guy who went to Victory Lane is with us right now. We've kind of watched him grow up on the channel here over the years, from actually back in the Doug's Dirt Diary days till today. But Tyler Thompson just picked up its 8th win this past weekend at Oswego Speedway in the Supermodified feature. Came from 11th to get it, too. So I know you who are wondering about the new package, well, it's off to a good start. Let's head up to Oswego. Tyler Thompson joins us. How we doing, man?
I'm doing good. How you doing, Doug?
Doing very well. So what a way to start the season, huh?
Oh, yeah, man. It really feels good because me and the guys, we really put in a lot of time and effort over the winter. My dad really put in a lot of money, and I thank him for that and all the guys. And I think it's going to be a good year, hopefully.
So what was it like? When did the track start drawing? When did we actually start to get suited up and get out there and get some laps? How late was it?
If I can remember right, I think practice didn't start until like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And by the time the features ended, it was like 1:30 in the morning. So in between there.
Nice. Were we fast in the heat race? Were we fast right away?
The first practice session, we had to do a little bit to figure out the car. We ended up quickest in that, and I think 4th or 5th quickest in the second one. We tried doing something, but went the opposite way, but that's why we try things.
Mm-hmm.
And the heat race went good. We started 4th, ended up 2nd.
Nice.
So, yeah.
So how did that work? Now, how did you end up starting 11th? What was the procedure on opening night?
They took top 4 out of the heat races, I believe, and they did a redraw.
Oh, redraw. Okay. So what were you thinking when you were 11th? You know, new package with the rule changes and everything. Were you optimistic?
Well, with everything that we got told this year about the rule changes, we really did our research, and in our minds, we figured that the cars were going to be a lot freer because they took away all the downforce from the rear and the wider right front, which helps turn the car into the corner. We went in knowing that the cars were going to be free, and with all of my experience in dirt, we really liked that idea.
Okay.
Because I feel like it helps us out a little bit.
Sure.
But starting 11th, with all the guys out there, there's not one guy that isn't fast by any means. So when you start that far back, you don't really know what to expect.
So how did it go right away? Were you where you wanted to be? Were you loose? What were you early in the race?
I took a few laps just to feel out the car, and I noticed that we were pretty good. So I just started going for it, and right off the bat, we started passing cars. Or actually, let me rewind that.
Okay.
So we got a new rim for the left rear, and our brand-new left rear tire before the heat race that we were going to run, we threw it on, we went to back out, and it was rubbing on the axle.
Oh, gee.
So we actually had to run our left rear that we ran in the practices and the heat race and the feature. So we were really unsure about that.
Yeah, sure.
I, as a driver, did, because the left rears this year are softer, so we didn't really know how it was going to hold up. So we just made the car tight and went for it. But, yeah, we started passing cars right off the bat, and I just kind of got into a groove and went pretty smoothly.
So when did we start thinking we're not just passing cars, but maybe I got a shot to win this thing tonight?
Probably around lap 20 or so. I think we were inside the top 5, and
really, wow.
I was right on the car in front of me, and I'm like, man, we got a really good car. Which everybody was free out there. We were really free, but I was like, man, I have a good car. I mean, everybody's free, we're free, but I think I can do something with this.
Okay.
So probably right around there.
Okay. Who did you chase down for the lead then, and how many laps were left to go about that point?
I got Danzer on a restart. I want to say it was like lap 47 or 48 out of 75.
So you still had a long way to go.
Yeah, so once I got the lead, and I knew he was behind me, he was still fast, And then I actually, like 10 laps or so went by, and I looked up, and I saw the 95 right behind me, and I'm like, oh, boy, here we go, because Dave's just always fast.
Yeah.
So I was like, as long as I can keep my tires under me and I can keep the car from not getting free, I think we might have a shot at this. But it was very stressful ever since I got the lead until I looked up and saw the 95 behind me, all the way up until the end.
So
there wasn't one lap that went by that I was really comfortable.
so cautiously aggressive, let's say.
Yeah.
That's got to be an unnerving feeling because, there's no radio, so you really have no idea, right?
Right. And my guys try to do the best they can with giving me hand signals and stuff, but all it takes is one little mess up, and you can go from a half a straightaway lead to maybe 3 cars.
You never saw him?
So anything can happen in that time.
Never saw Dave rest of the race? Never saw a nose? Never nothing like that? Never heard anybody?
I never heard or saw anything. The only things that kept really, which they usually don't, but I don't really know what was going on. But I have realized if you're all by yourself, all the camera guys and stuff, they're not going to be taking pictures of you every lap.
Gotcha.
Once you look over and you start seeing a bunch of flashes and stuff, it means that there's somebody right behind you.
Yeah, and that's a big thing for all you rookies. He's right. Nobody wants single pictures. They can get those in qualifying or whatever, or in practice. But that I remember Alan Johnson told me that about it at a race at Fonda one time. I said, "How did you know it was time to go?" He said, "I saw him taking pictures." So, so what did you do? I mean, did you try to be more aggressive? Because, like you said, you're still worried about saving your tires.
With about 20 to go, I really started seeing the flashes, and I'm like, oh man! So I just I just drove as hard as the car could, and just tried to keep it straight. And they laid down that traction compound stuff.
They did. Okay.
It was still pretty heavy up in 3 and 4, and I noticed that if I drove the car in straight, I could actually hit the right rear off of that and I wouldn't be as free. So that helped a lot too.
Really? Like hitting a tacky track on a clay track, right? It's a little tacky section almost.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because after the rain, the regular track, the rain kind of washed all that away. It was really, there was nothing to it. But I realized that if I was going to get any grip, it's going to be in that. So I used that to my advantage, and yeah, just kind of drove the car as hard as I could without spinning the tires or breaking free, and that's how she went.
About 2 minutes left, by the way. So what's our overall thought then on the changes that they made? And by the way, it was the wicker bill. They got rid of that. They changed the angle, made it a little straighter up, and of course the right front is different, like he said, a little wider. What's our take on the rule changes? Are they going to do what they hoped they would do? Do you think? I
definitely think these changes right here, out of all my years racing here, they've never really had a bad change.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this by far is the best that they can do for everybody in total, for the fans watching. They want to watch good racing. The drivers, when you're a driver, you want everybody to be as, as neutral throughout the field. So I think that this change, which it showed everybody last Saturday, everybody was free. Nobody really liked driving the cars, so that just means that everybody has to start fresh, and it's pretty balanced right now.
Okay, we'll see.
And it's going to keep getting more balanced too as it goes on.
Yeah, and people will learn and get better, obviously, too. So only a minute left. Will we see you at the ISMA race this weekend?
We are going to go. I feel like with a brand new Jimmy D motor that we got, we have some pretty good power to pull around the top wing, and I'm excited.
All right. What's the plan rest of the year? How are we going to see you every week? We're going to see you traveling. What's the plan?
Our biggest focus right now, we're really going to go for that championship hard this year.
Gotcha.
So depending on how the year's going, might change where we go and stuff, but we're really going to focus on Oswego hard this year.
Wants a Supermodified championship, and he's off to a good start with a win in the very first race. Tyler, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, yeah, man. Anytime. Thank you.
And, guys, remember to subscribe. We're going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. Turn on those notifications. We'll be at the ISMA practice this Friday, Canandaigua on Saturday. The weather's nice, so look for lots of stuff from us coming up this next week.